What's going on, everybody? You're with me for what'll end up being the next 15 minutes. If you get through this thing, you're a real one. There's the workout. It's every 3 minutes until failure. And if you look down to the bottom immediately, you'll see that there is a max round being 5. So if you can finish up 5 rounds of 400 meters of running and 100 double unders, and you can do so within a 3-minute interval every single round, you get a high five. When you put your score into the computer, it's just 5 rounds done. Woohoo! You don't got to worry about your times or splits or anything. However, on the screen, you can see all of my splits. You can see all of Alexis's splits. And this is kind of what this video will be about. Perhaps a bunch of you will find that sort of stuff interesting. It's the sort of thing that I don't think very many people look into, your splits. And I think that they're very valuable. I think that if you are thinking about this as you are going about processing how you are working out, how you're going to set yourself to complete a workout, and you can do it every single time, become a little bit more analytical about your fitness. You could even put your phone down and you can record yourself in your gym. You could be doing a workout with a whole bunch of people. And then later that night when you're laying in bed on your phone like you shouldn't be, because you shouldn't be on your phone when you're in bed because the blue light is going to ruin your circadian rhythm. But anyway, we know that you all do it. And as you're doing it, you can start just, how fast was my 4th run in comparison to my 3rd run, and how fast was that compared to my 1st or 2nd run? Did I come out too hot out of the gate like everybody knows that they do? And if you can watch yourself do that, sometimes you could just backwards engineer that thing. And well, today is 1 month, 2 months removed of me doing this every single day, and now I'm slowly starting to get it. I'm slowly starting to pace my workouts properly. The most fit you can be doing this sort of thing is getting the most work done in the amount of time allotted, or to do the most work in the time allotted. Did I just say the same thing twice? It's the difference between doing things for time and doing things as an AMRAP, doing the most work in an AMRAP or doing the work as fast as possible. That's fitness. And if you can just keep yourself at a high sustained level for as long as possible in a workout like this, check mark, good, move on, you're done. I don't know what Alexis is doing with her head right there. I just noticed that for the first time. But what you might be noticing for the first time is my run took 141. Alexis's bike took 136. You also might be wondering, why is Alexis biking? She had confirmation that she has torn her other labrum, the other hip. So her surgically repaired hip, good, phenomenal, peachy clear. Her other hip also has hip dysplasia, was bound to pop, tear at some point, and we've confirmation that that thing is torn. So she's doing what she can. She's been told to take it easy as far as the pounding and the impact, high impact exercises. So that's why she's on the bike. Her workout is, and we decided that she was going to be doing 700 meters on the bike erg and then 70 double unders. She ended up doing 700 meters on the bike erg and 100 double unders. It's something where when I was doing my workout, I know that she got to the rope quicker, but also like she didn't beat me by a lot. She is generally faster with her rope than I am with my rope, and yet I was still decently close to her. So I go, hey, did you do 100? Like, who made the executive decision mid-workout? It was her to do 100 double unders, and I'm glad she did it. It's cool. It'll be interesting come the 4th round. You'll see what I mean. Come the 4th round, something goes haywire with Alexis, and you'll see, for me, there's something interesting in the 3rd round. So what you want to look at, and what I told you that you should be doing as you're sitting in bed on your phone like you shouldn't be, is my first run was 141. Every single person that does workouts like this, they're always so worried about hitting the time cap. As you do more fitness, and I think that this is the reason that like the people who have been in it for as long as possible, and yes, Tia's as fit as you could possibly freaking be, but she practices this every single day. Rich Froning, Laura Horvath, Patrick Vellner, Brent Fikowski, they practice this stuff every single day. And the longer you've been in it, the more you know yourself, and the more you go, okay, if I run this and I do this for this long, and I know that I've got what might end up being 2,000 meters of running, which is just over a mile and a quarter, that I can hang on to this pace with this many double unders. And they're confident in themselves, and they're confident, and they're calm within their fitness. Now, that doesn't mean that it isn't going to hurt. Like, calm can still mean pain, but I would consider myself as a 34-year-old who's been doing this well over 10 years, that's 141, 141. And I know that I'm going to walk over to the rope, I'm going to pick the sucker up, and I know that I've got the 100 double unders in the back pocket. When I write notes in Wodify, it's, hey, I know that every 3 minutes is going to be tight for a lot of people. If you can run an 8-minute mile and you break that up into 400-meter chunks, it means you've got 2 minutes of just running, which gives you a minute to do double unders, which means that, let's say it takes you a second or two to pick the rope up and you miss 3 or 4 times, you're screwed. You're screwed. You can't miss. You better be certain that you're really good at double unders, 100 unbroken every single time. Are you that certain? Or are you going to do your runs quicker? Are you going to be able to hang on to what would my 141s end up being like a 724 mile? So can you run a 724 mile? Can you do so under fatigue? Can you keep yourself going? What's your best mile time ever? Andrew, I thought your best mile time ever was 5:25. Why are you running so slow? Well, maybe it's because I sit at this desk all day, but maybe I'm so sure that if I see the 1100 watt on the runner, my 1100 watt pace is what I was trying to sustain as I was going, taking a rock out of my shoe, driving me nuts, doing double unders with a rock in my shoe. You got a snake in your boot. Those are the sorts of questions that you want to like start kind of asking yourself over and over and over again. And it's the reason that I'm making this video is because I don't know how many people talk about it. I know that like you get into the circle of life that is the CrossFit gym, and I don't think that this is the sort of thing that gets brought up very often. I mean, people say, don't come out too hot, like slow is smooth and smooth is fast, but what does that really mean? I'm trying to tell you what it means. It's just being confident, and it's doing stuff like this, analyzing your fitness, like anybody who wants to get better at anything. It's almost an obsession thing. People do it with the weightlifting. I know Alexis has a period of time where she would just watch herself lift, and she'd think, oh, okay, this looks good, or ooh, I'm forward. I can tell that I'm forward because I know what it looks like as I've seen myself not be forward so many times that this lift is forward. And it happens with pacing, and it can happen with so many different things when you were doing workouts. I mean, when I'm doing double unders, there was an open workout. I think it was 18.3. Buttload of double unders, right? Wasn't it rounds of 100? And there was the bar muscle ups, there was the ring muscle ups, there was the overhead squats in that workout. And when I was watching, I'm like, God, I'm so high. All I want to do is just relax. And as I did the workout 3 times over the course of that weekend, and it might have been 17.4 or 0.3, but it's one of those 0.3s in the 2017, 2018, you just find out how much easier it becomes when you watch yourself review your footage like you're a football coach, football player. And then those are the sorts of things that you can help educate the rest of your members and your people with. So as I'm watching myself do these double unders, I'm thinking, they look fine. They look like something that I learned and taught myself how to do now 7 years ago, which is freaking crazy to say. Alexis has beaten me off of every single one of these. I should have given her 800 meters. I say that, but then we're still about to get to the 4th round. On this round, I think I start putting my numbers on the screen because this is what happens when you're fatigued. Now, I know that I said I'm in full control and I'm super confident with the way that I'm doing my workout. But that being said, everybody has an issue counting double under sometime or another, right? So I missed right there at 36. There's your big old 36 on the screen. It's just going to sit there because, and then if you want to count them, you can count them. But at this rate, I've counted these double unders. What would it be? I don't know, 4 times. So I'm pretty certain that this is exactly what the numbers are. I missed again at 61 right there. And I think I missed again pretty quickly right here. Yep, 66 right away. This becomes an issue when you do what I do, which is in my head, I count to 20s. I can't go 1, 2, 3. Once I get to 20, there's something about like the rhythm of 18, 19, 20, but 21, 22, 23. It just seems like it takes too long in relation to the cadence that I like to follow. So 11, 12, 13. See right there, all I could think about was getting the sweat off of my face. So also I thought, damn, as I looked at the clock, I know I missed 3 or 4 times doing that. And I also know that my runs have been 141 or so. And I know that when I got off of my double unders on my other sets, that when I looked at the clock, it was like 12 or something seconds remaining, 10 to 12 seconds remaining after having finished the double unders. When I saw the 16 on the clock and I wiped my face off, I was like, I didn't do them all. I ruined the entire workout. I'm going to put this thing on the internet and I'm going to be a freaking KO Lehman cheater level of garbage. So I picked the rope up and I'm just going to do double unders until the time expires. I'm going to finish the workout and I'm going to hope to God that I did the right number of double unders. And at the end of it, I ended up doing like 109. All I wanted to make sure that what I did was 100. Now, that's an opportunity to build a little bit of mental fortitude. In the past, I've lacked the mental fortitude there. I would throw the entire workout away. I would say, crap, I ruined my metrics. My numbers are going to be garbage. The 141, 142s that I've been hanging on to and holding on to that I hold so near and dear to my heart, I know that they're going to be messed up. I know that I'm frustrated, I'm flustered. But on the other end of that, and what I did here, and I'm pretty happy about, and everybody has the option to do this as well in the midst of their catastrophic potential meltdowns, say, I'm going to make the best out of it. I'm going to do what I can. It's like I have this phenomenon where if I stub my toe, it's the best thing that could ever happen. Because when you stub your toe, you're like, ha, ow, that hurts so bad. But then you can immediately try to turn it off and be like, I know it's not broken. I know I'm going to be over it in about 10 seconds. And the quicker you can turn your brain off from stubbing your toe, it very oddly enough, I believe, correlates to something like this. Like everything's going wrong and you have a split second to decide how long you're going to be letting it affect your headspace. Get over it, whatever. And now I can see that I only lost 3 seconds. I ran a little bit quicker on that because I really wanted to hold my splits. And although I wanted to run a little bit quicker, I still lost a little bit of time. And maybe I'm a little bit more tired, but who cares? You're working out, dude. It's great. It's just fitness. It's something I tell all the time. Now, over on the right side of the screen, you're going to be able to see that Alexis is doing double unders. And I gave her more numbers. I gave her the 30, the 40, the 50, as you can see on the screen right now. And she's really, really good at double unders. I'm kind of jealous of her speed. I remember the first time I ever realized that people are actually fast. It's not just doing them unbroken, but you can actually do them unbroken and quicker. My sets of 100 are like 54 to 55 seconds. And I know people that are in the like low 50s. So if you're doing multiple sets of 100, you're picking up a whole bunch of time. So she said something about her whoop right there. Something about how it like got in the way. I don't really know how that's even possible. But this is where all hell breaks loose. Madness ensues. She's at 80. And then you watch the clock and you're like, oh, she's got plenty of time. 90 and 8 seconds. All she's got to do is 10 in a row. And she misses the last freaking one. She has 3 seconds to get that. And she just stops. And I'm over there like, I'm on the runner. I turn, and I'm like, hey, Alexis, did you not do them all? And she says, I got 19. And I'm just like, that's not even possible. I know you've been doing a bunch of double unders over there. What do you mean by 19? But, you know, I'm kind of in my own little world. I'm 4+ rounds into the 5th round on this workout. I'm hurting a little bit. You'll see that in my running number here. It falls off a little bit. And I just wanted to finish. I'm like, I'll ask her what went wrong at the end of all of it. What ended up going wrong is she nailed it. She got 99 reps, which blew my mind. In this workout in particular, because when I was doing it, I had no idea what number I was on. I'm like, crap, I don't know if I was on 90 or if I was on 80. I thought I was on 80 when I did those extra reps. So when I got to 109, I legitimately thought I was 1 rep short the way that she was, but I ended up being 9 reps over. Somehow I missed a set of 10 as I was counting to those 20s. I don't know, whatever. I have literally no idea. Alexis is sitting there watching. I'm not one of those people that's going to be going any quicker as a result of people watching. I might try a little harder at moments in particular when it comes to weightlifting. When someone like Alexis is watching, I've actually had moments in the past where I've definitely lifted more weights when there were moments when I was trying to impress her. But at this moment in time, it's survival mode. And this workout, in retrospect, I have the cap of 5 rounds because I didn't want, and I don't like when people do much more than 500 double unders in a row. Yes, it's a different era of CrossFitter. We know Tudor just did 1,000 unbroken. Maybe 1,000 is the new Dave Castro. Does no idea that 300 feet of handstand walking is something that people do all the time. 300 is no big deal these days. If I saw 500 or 600 feet of handstand walking, that'd be a big deal. But not 300. And I think 500 double unders is just like, that's plenty. Like, you don't got to do any more double unders than 500. And I don't want to say go until failure, every 3 minutes until failure. And then I also would just feel like the biggest piece of crap in the world if I clicked on to Wodify that night and I saw one of the members got 8 rounds. I'd be like, you did 800 double unders? Or worse, they Jacob Hepner Wadapalooza 2019 did, and they do it for an hour. Like, you did 20 rounds, you did 2,000 double unders, and then they just shatter their Achilles on like the next workout because their calves are so destroyed. So I put the 5 round, or the 5, and maybe I could have tweaked it a little bit to make it for the best, But still, like, it's a great workout for everybody concerned. It was good for Alexis. It was good for me. I finished it with just a couple of seconds left. And now, it could be good for any one of you who want to take the thing on as well. If you want to do any workouts like this, there will be a link below for the HillerFit online training program. Workouts like this every single day. I try to make them fun. I try to make them thinkers. They're fun, they're thinkers, and you can whoop up on people like my old out of shape butt.